Hello! Today we are going to finish weaving a leaf-shaped tray, or to be more precise, to make a handle for it. We've passed through all the previous stages, including the options of such a tray. As for a handle, it is the topic of today's lesson. It looks like a regular tail without any special difficulties. Well, there is nothing difficult about it, but it has taken me a while to create a nice-looking tail. Taking into account the difficulties I've faced, I'd like to show the newbies how to make it in a simple and neat way. For such a tail to a leaf-shaped tray, I use wire. Well, I've also tried it with no wire inside, but I like it with a piece of wire inside better. That's why I'm telling you the way I did. I insert a piece of wire inside of a tube. The wire is galvanized. It was purchased quite a while ago. We've measured it with the help of a micrometer, and it's 0.6 millimeter thick. Anyway, the only requirement for it is to fit into the tube. I've tried various numbers of tubes, and finally I've decided that 5 tubes would be the optimal quantity. I've inserted wire into the tubes. Well, actually you can put wire into 3 tubes and use the remaining 2 ones with no wire. After this, I find the center of the leaf. It is approximately here. Lead a tube through the central point like this. And bend it. As for the next tubes, I insert them from both sides of the first one a row higher. This way. And take a look at the opposite side to make sure you are getting a nice pattern. I need to lead the tube out here, nearby. Let's try it this way to get a pattern here. Well, maybe pattern is a too loud word. Actually, I meant the sequence of forming a tail. Here it is, which means that the next one goes here, from both sides. Well, let's check. 1, right here. From both sides from the central tube. And insert 2 more tubes a row higher. Here and here. The coils are placed checkerwise, so I follow the pattern. Well, let's make a gap a bit bigger. I've already primed the item because I was priming the rest of works. Well, as a rule I prime my works after they are finished, but this time I've done it a little earlier, so I hope it won't spoil the work. So take a look, please. I've managed to place the tubes checkmark shaped. It looks rather nice this way. When finished, the handle looks like this. It is what we've just done, a kind of a checkmark. However, you can try and play with different varieties, in case you feel bored. Take a look, please. Here I've got 5 stitches in the same row brought together at the top. At this item I've decided to experiment and make a check mark directed oppositely, the shortest stitch surrounded by the longer ones. Well, by the way, yesterday I tried another option. I've used 6 tubes, 3 ones with a piece of wire inside and 3 additional ones, and inserted 2 tubes into each point. 2 tubes in the lower row and 2 more from both sides. What I mean is it doesn't matter much how to do it, it's up to you to choose. The only mistake I don't want you to make is the one I made at the first lift. I've used only 3 tubes. As a result, the tail has gotten too thin. Actually, it has to be rather functional, so that you could take the tray by the handle and put it from one place to another, or even carry it with some weight. That's why 3 tubes are not enough, and such a thin tail doesn't look nice. As for the one with 6 tubes, it seems to me both strong and harmonious. So from the front side of the tail it will be here. That's why I lead the long tubes towards the front, leaving the short ones from behind. After this, in order to get a neat curve, I take a ruler and indent about 12 centimeters, a little less than 5 inches, and make such a neat curve round the ruler, or whatever you have. My tubes are moistened. Well, maybe they've gotten a bit dry, but anyway. So I curve them, after which I face the following trouble. They get crumpled and become untidy. That's why I apply such a trick. Maybe some of you will find it useful. I bend the outermost tubes like this, making them shorter than their other ones are. After that, I place these 2 outermost tubes under the neighboring ones. As a result, it seems to me a bit neater this way. After which I actually start the wrapping. Earlier, when I was just starting to work, I used to tie the tubes up with a thread. Now I've gotten adjusted to the process and can easily do without it. I just bend the tubes neatly like this and start wrapping them. I glue the end of the tube, bring the 3 resultant tubes together, adjoin the end of the working tube, and start wrapping, leaving a very short tail. Here it is, I fasten it to the tubes of the base. Lengthen the tube, trying to be very careful. I cannot hide the joint fully, that's why I try my best to make it as neat as possible. In the process, I fasten the short tails left from the opposite side after bending. This way, lengthen the tube once again. While lengthening the tube, I assist myself with a closing clip. I hold the joints carefully to keep them from sliding apart. When lengthening the tube, I apply universal polymeric adhesive. In my case, it is called Dragon. Lengthen once again. So I've wrapped the handle until the very leaf. After this, at the wrong side, I prepare a space with the help of my stick. Lead the tail of the tube through it and cut the remainder neatly. You can even push it inside a little to hide the stump a bit better. That's all, I've got such a leaf tail. Well, I don't like it that straight, that's why I curve it. Luckily I've got wire inside, which makes it easy to curve. Shape the tail to make it look more natural. Distribute the coils. That's all, the only thing left is to prime and varnish it. Now our leaf has a comfortable handle. Well, actually I've mentioned all the points I was planning to share. I wish you to make beautiful leaves with comfortable handles. If you have any interesting ideas, you are welcome to share them in your comments. I'll be happy to get any feedback from you. If you're not our subscriber yet and have seen this masterclass accidentally, you're welcome to subscribe to our channel. Click like as this helps to promote the channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to be notified of our new masterclasses. See you!